Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're a first time viewer, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. So here is going to be a quick tutorial on a makeup for my model Delight. What you see me doing firstly was cleaning up her skin. As usual, you're supposed to clean off all the dust, the sweat and everything. Then I went forward to apply my moisturizer. I used the Centerphil moisturizer, after which I went forward to apply a primer, the Rimmel Still Matte Primer. So you can see me applying it on the areas where she's prone to sweating, and if you notice, I avoided the under of her eyes while applying the primer. So going forward is her foundation application. Sorry, before that I actually sprayed rose water on her face just to give the face a little bit of moisture. For her foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Superstay 2 shades. I will leave the shades in my description box, and also the View Beauty foundation. So going forward to blend in that foundation, I'm using my Beauty Line by DD Beauty sponge just to press in the foundation to her skin. You need to blend properly, blend carefully and properly, just to make sure there are no harsh lines or there are no patches on the skin. So what you see me doing is moisturizing her lips. Just use the classic transparent gloss to moisturize her lips. So going forward is contouring. So I'm using the LA Girl contour in mahogany for her contour, and I use the ZK Cafe for her nose contour with a more precise brush for her nose contour, and I went for that to blend that out so I don't have any harsh lines. So going for that is the highlighting, her under eye, and I used my LA Girl concealer in warm honey, I guess. Yes, warm honey, and my ZK in caramel, just for the outer corners of the highlight so it can easily blend into her foundation shade. So what you see me doing is blending gradually. So I started off blending the forehead to the brow bone to the jaw, then to the under eye. I usually blend the under eye last so I can set immediately after blending. So I did the blending, and I'm setting first of all with my Ladyvee beauty palette for the under eye setting. So just watch me as I do that. So going forward is contouring with the powder contour to set those liquid contour that I did, still with my Ladyvee beauty palette. I'm just going to be contouring. The shades I use for contouring, highlights, and her skin powder, I will drop that in my description box. So I'm also doing the reverse contour with the palette on both sides, as you can see. I really hope you're enjoying my video. Stay tuned to the end to see how this gorgeous client and model of mine turn into a more gorgeous model. So going forward, I'm just using my RCMA setting powder to go in further to bake the under of her eyes. So I did that. Now moving to her brows. So I'm just drawing the outlines of her brows with the good old Davis pencil. I'm sure most of us have done away with this pencil, but Davis pencil is a forever for me. So I'm just setting the brows better with my Beauty Line by DD brow things. And for highlighting the brows, I'm using the LA Girl primer. The shade, I will drop that in my description box. So I'm using a flat brush and a blending brush to blend off those concealers so you don't see them stack over there. So going forward, I had to set the concealer with powder just so it blends in properly. So with the leftover foundation, I'm using it as a base for the eyeshadow I'm about to apply. So the eyeshadow I'm using is a palette from Hush Beauty. This palette is so pigmented. I actually got it as a gift during a makeup fair I went to, and since then I have not regretted, and I have continued to appreciate the lady that gifted me. I really appreciate it, and so far so good. I'm sticking with the Hush Beauty eyeshadow palette. So just for the inner corners of her eyes, I used my Clown White eyeshadow base because I want to use a lighter color over there. So I used it to clean off every other color there and ensure the lighter color pops out very well. So with a flat brush, I'm just taking I won't call it a white shade, it's more of an off-white shade just for the inner corners of her eyes. So the eyeshadow was basically shades of purple and dark pink. So I'm going to leave the information in my description box. Yeah, so further on the eyeshadow, I went in to use my Hush Beauty glitter glue just at the middle areas of the eyeball to apply my glitters. And I think the glitter was from Candy Glow. I will check and leave that in my description box too. So I just applied that on the middle part of her eyeballs. I didn't want it to be so much, so I just applied it on the middle part of her eyeballs. So what you guys see. So going further, I just had to dust off any fallouts, any drops out of the glitters on her eyes. I had to dust it off so I don't smudge it while doing other parts of the makeup process. So further, I went to pick the nose, the highlighted parts of the nose, her jaw and her forehead. I didn't want to do this earlier so it doesn't stay for long. I just did them now. So further in this, I'm doing her wing liner with the H&E gel liner in shade black. Yeah, and I'm using a very precise brush for that, as you can see. So most times I advise them to close their eyes for the beginning part, and towards the end they just open so I can get the angle from the end of the eye. So going forward, I'm using my Kiss Beauty black pen tool to line the upper tight lines of her eyes. Yeah, I just like the way that comes out. It just gives the eye a different look, which is usually not so compulsory, but I just like the way it brings out the eyes. So I think she had a piece of item in her eye, so I just used the cotton ball to take it off and make her comfortable. So still with the Kiss Beauty black pen tool, I'm just going to be lining the bottom line of her eyes. You want to be as careful as possible and make sure your pencil is not having any sharp ends so you don't injure your client or your model or yourself. Yeah, what you see me doing is just, in a way, I'm darkening the lashes, so when I put on my false lashes I don't have those whites or brown hairs looking all over. So So I'm just using the pencil to darken it on the both sides. So I'm doing the same. If you're still watching this video, I really appreciate you. If you're enjoying it, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave your comments, like the video, share the video. I really appreciate you guys for following me to my 100+ subscribers. I love you all. Thank you. Most importantly, don't forget to share and ask your friends to also subscribe. And my new video will be dropping soon. Yeah, I'll be reviewing a new brand. I'm very sure you all know Miracle Cosmetics. So in my next video, I'll be reviewing her black pencil. So I hope you guys will stay tuned and turn on your notification just to be sure when the video is dropped. So yeah, I'm done with that. So I'm just dusting off the baking powder off the face, dusting it off. So what I do basically is I go in to her powder shade and use it to dust off the setting powder. With this, as I'm taking off, is also helping me restore her powder shade to those areas. So what you see me doing is giving the under eye a bit of more color. So I'm just using that shade to smudge the under of her eyes, just to brighten it up a little more. Yeah, so you have to be really careful. Anything that has to do with the eyes, you don't want to leave your clients with a swollen or a red eyes. So you have to be super careful, super careful. Yeah, so this is, like I said, this is dusting off the setting powder, dusting it off properly. Taking off all the excess, the fall out of eyeshadow glitters, any leftover. This is taking them off. Yeah, so for the lips, I did that off the camera. This is the finished look of my gorgeous model, Delight. So I'll be leaving everything I used to achieve this look in my description box. Thank you.